So, the reason... Feel better now, you said?
The sunshine.
When the bugs start to get too much, we'll go back and forth.
Yeah, or go back in.
So, yeah, but I don't want you to go. So the reason I'm saying there was two things, okay, to get us back on track.
See.
One, this is the very simple version of how things are going to progress, right? You fell, right, a week ago today, going into Monday, actually, so it's been a little less than a week. So Sunday night going into Monday, you fell. By fell, I mean you rolled out of bed.
Yes.
Which happens. But then you couldn't get help quickly, and, we had to call the EMTs to help you get you. That happens. It's not a problem.
Okay, and I know where my failures on my part there are.
Okay. I'm not here to critique or judge failure.
Agreed.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's not my job.
I'm listening.
In this conversation.
I'm listening.
The second thing is, from the course of 24 hours after that, so from Monday into Tuesday basically, it was thus discovered that you had a massive inflammation that Dr. Mom could not take care of. There is no amount of tea tree oil and water and soap and cleaning that could have fixed that. No. And the only thing that could have fixed that was antibiotics.
Yes.
Thus concludes the beginning of your health hotel stay, right?
Yes.
Okay. And yes, when you were at the hospital, things were said, but we've crossed that bridge, I believe. Okay?
Truthfully, I don't remember what was said at the hospital. I'm not going to try to drag it out.
It doesn't matter because we've thus had a resolution yesterday, and the day before you and I had a conversation about those things. So I am not even worried about those.
Yes.
Okay? So from the point that you were in the ER to the point yesterday, the whole goal was to get the fungal and bacterial infections eradicated and under control.
Yes.
So round-the-clock IV antibiotics, cleansing the wound, preparing your skin to heal. And when I saw it Friday, in comparison to Tuesday, it was worlds different.
Yes.
Because your skin is a miracle part of your body that's a protective layer, but also very adaptable to heal itself.
Yes.
So your body had a chance to recover, which I think probably not just because you were on your back, but your sister opened up in your back because you probably had more things in your body than just that. Yes. But now it's all, you're like clean slate. Yeah. Okay? So here's that. So that part's done, right? So you went from falling to infection to healed infection. Now we're going to go back to the beginning, which is falling. By falling, I mean rolling out of bed. And it's not the rolling out of bed part that's the problem. It's the getting yourself back up that's the problem.
Yes.
Okay. So now we know why you are here, and which I'll explain in Phoenixisms, okay? This is a Phoenix assessment, okay? So please take this with a spoonful of freaking sugar and a pinch of salt, or whatever's going to make it easier. Sip of water, okay? The truth is, I truly feel like since last September, you had PT and OT. Beata, they came out, because in your assessment prior to that, around August, you were having a hard time getting around, okay? So we called PT and OT, and Medicare covered these visits. That's neither here nor there.
Right.
They came out, okay? And more or less, you were hesitant to do the exercises that you were supposed to do, okay? And therefore, they're like, we can't really continue on treatment. But they did encourage you to use your cane around the house. And I believe that created a spiral effect, okay? That you started using your cane, which I'm not faulting you for.
Well, they keep trying to put me on a walker.
The cane's there to help stabilize you. I'll get to the walker part.
Okay.
I'll get to the walker. I promise.
Okay.
But from that point, okay, we've had a couple of things happen in life, which I know you know about your granddaughter. So you had PTOT, you kind of didn't do it. So you've been sitting around. I would say you've been probably a lot more sedentary than usual. I'm not talking anything about the household stuff, but in general, you've been more sedentary.
True. Yes.
And therefore, over the last 6 months, let's say, your ability to get yourself up, we're back to the you rolling out of bed part, was because of all the sedentariness, without walking, without helping yourself, you weren't able to get back up, which that in itself is fine.
Right.
Yeah, the reason
they're all
here,
shocked, even shocked. Even Ken, oh, you can walk? Yeah, I can walk.
The reason you're here
Yes.
is
To rebuild.
to rehabilitate your ability. Now, the reason the walker is here is because right now they do not want to put you on a cane so you can prove that you can walk with a walker. They go, oh, you've mastered the walker? Shit, you don't need it. Let's get you back to the cane. Oh, you're on a cane? You don't need to sit in this wheelchair. You can walk. Let's take it slow. You can walk. You can walk from A to B. Now you can walk from B to C. Now you can walk from A to C. Okay?
Yeah.
But that doesn't happen.
That's a good
overnight.
thing, right?
Yes. So now that we've established, I believe, right? You understand why you're here, right? It's not.
And everything, they're the ones that put me to bed.
You're here because this is the best place for you to be to have the care you need to get you rehabilitated.
Right.
Okay. Which brings me to my next point: assisted living. Okay. Do you know the difference? Do you know what assisted living is?
Are you talking about the assisted living where you live by yourself, you take care of yourself?
I'm asking you what assisted living is, just in general.
My definition of assisted living. I don't know if I have one.
There's no wrong answer here.
It was a jet.
It is a jet.
I can't see how big it is. It's okay. It just sounds like standard airliner.
Are you changing the subject?
No. Assisted living. You mean when I say I want to go into assisted living?
Yes. That's exactly what I mean.
Well, someone that help make sure that I'm properly cleaned when I need to be cleaned. Someone that can make sure to help me get dressed if I need to get dressed, but I don't know.
Okay. That's a fair answer.
I mean, when they say, well, you can dress yourself, yeah, I think I can, as long as somebody's there if I fall over,
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a couple other questions. Okay. It's not an interrogation. I should probably start by saying that. It's not an interrogation, but I do want to ask a couple other clarifying points because we've only really chatted briefly via text message and a couple of times with a bunch of people around and never just you and I.
Yes.
And Pops, I've been with you for a long time. I mean, you've been here in Pennsylvania for a long time.
Yes.
Okay. And I've been in Pennsylvania for a long ass time.
I'm sorry.
It is what it is. My son's a Pennsylvanian. And you know what? My daughter is too. Isn't that weird?
She got a little Jedi blood.
Yeah, So my next question is, do you believe that you need round-the-clock care?
No.
Okay. Next question. Do you feel unwelcome in House Mimones?
No, I feel in the way.
Elaborate, please.
I don't know. The silly things that aggravate me shouldn't aggravate me.
Elaborate, please.
Oh, for some reason it just irritates the shit out of me when he and his family and Wyatt and the baby are all talking in these family calls and stuff 2 or 3 hours. I do not know why it irritates me. I can't tell you why. I'm not jealous.
When Mimo talks with his family, with Myra, that frustrates you.
Yeah, doesn't make sense, does it?
No, I didn't say it didn't make sense. It makes sense for you, and that's what I'm trying to understand. So let me ask you.
You know, well, listen.
Can I ask you a question?
I'll tell you the same thing I always tell Wyatt. I'm not Indian.
No, you're not Indian.
My grandchildren, at least with Myra, are partial Indian, but that doesn't make them Indian.
She actually is technically a citizen of India.
Yes, I realize that.
So
and
am
I
I.
also realize that.
I'm also a citizen of
I
India.
know
Okay.
that, and I know that eventually Mimo's going to take you and the kids, and you're all going to move to India.
Whoa!
You didn't know that? He hadn't told you that?
Why would we? Where did this idea come from?
He told me.
Who?
Your husband.
When?
When you're old.
When we're old.
Yeah, if you make it that far.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Beautiful day.
It is.
Enjoy it.
I am.
Certainly are.
And it's going to go up into the what? 80s and 90s they claim this week?
Yeah, and 50s in the low, so I'm going to keep my windows open.
Hello.
Thank you.
Okay. Can I ask you another question?
Yes.
Off but on topic to this discussion?
Yeah.
If you chose to retire anywhere, where would you want to retire?
I am retired.
Okay. But if you had a choice, you didn't choose Pennsylvania as your retirement suite. If you could retire anywhere, where would you want to retire to? Oh, I forgot your foot was out. I'm sorry.
No, I don't know anything.
Okay. Did you ever dream of having a retirement somewhere?
Well, you know, at one time I thought I wanted to go back to Arizona.
That was true, although I do believe recently you had that idea as well.
Yeah, but, you know, I think I gave up on that option. I do not want to be in Missouri.
Okay.